Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Friday, June 16th, 2023, and I'm getting good at saying the year. I know what year it is.
Yeah, you got it. You got that down.
Well, I just also want to say the live stream that we did last Friday, Beers with Anthony and Andrew, we got some really positive feedback, so thanks, guys. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we ended up going 50 minutes.
Yeah.
We didn't expect to do that. I mean, we learned a lot.
Yeah.
The comments were great. I mean, we got all kinds of comments. We've got to figure out how to field questions a little better.
Yeah.
You know, we've got to plan a little bit farther ahead so we can tell people about it and they can get on it. But we are going to continue this because it worked really well and we had fun.
It was great.
And we got lit and...
No editing.
Right?
That was great.
We were too drunk to edit afterwards anyway, so we didn't have to. Right?
It was a great start to the rest of my night.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
It was fun. And, you know, the personal is just a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
And
when you can never guess what anybody's going to ask.
Yeah. And it was, I guess at one point we had over 400 people logged on.
Very cool.
Which I'm told is pretty good.
Yeah.
So, so anyway, your shout out. You want to talk about personal? Your shout out?
Personally, it was so cool. I was at Ellis Island and I met Nate from I think it was Nathan from Australia, and it was a great time in the karaoke room. Enjoys the show, and so thank you, Nate. Got a shout out for you from our people who watch in Australia. Yeah. I thought that was really cool.
We get a lot of it. You know, I mean, both of us when we go out now, people coming up all the time. So, okay, bottom line is we're going to do more of the live streaming.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe once every 2 weeks, we're going to look at bringing in the guests. We're going to do it in the other location, and we're going to see if we can grow that a little bit.
Yeah. And thanks for all the feedback. It was great. A lot of great ideas, a lot of great questions. So moving on, the talk of the town, Anthony, is the Las Vegas Golden Knights have taken it. They won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, it's like the greatest thing that ever happened to Vegas, according to everybody else. Like, okay, you know, I mean, we're going to talk later on the Jackpot about somebody who did real well.
That's right.
On that, but...
well, the Vegas Golden Knights winning, it brings a lot of camaraderie to the town. You know, people go bananas, and it just looked like a lot of fun.
Oh, it was crazy. I mean, I was at a bar for every one of them.
Yeah.
And different ones. And you know, the bartenders girls were walking on the bar with megaphones. They were blowing off cannons on every, you know, with confetti on every score. They were handing out shots. You know, that was the best part of it.
Yeah.
You know, this town just loves a winner.
Yeah.
And that's what it was about. But you realize this is the second. It's not the first pro sports championship for Vegas. It's the second because of the Las Vegas Aces.
That's right. The Vegas Aces.
Mm-hmm. WNBA champs last year.
Yeah. That was pretty awesome, too.
Yeah. Interesting thing about it, though, the owner, Bill Foley, predicted when they came into the league 6 years ago that they'd win the cup within 6 years.
Okay.
And they did.
So they fulfilled the prophecy.
Yeah. Good for them, man.
Way to go. And sticking with the sports, we have the A's stadium funding approved right there at the Trop.
Yeah, it just happened. Looks like it's approved. So, you know, this deal's never done till it's done. Mm-hmm. But they figured out a sort of a tax plan where they're going to help fund it. And it looks like it's going to happen. You're going to have the Las Vegas Athletics,
all right,
Major League Baseball. But not until it looks like now, 2028.
Okay.
It's going to take that long because they're going to build it, you know, figure out what they're going to do with the Tropicana, if they're going to, you know, demolish it altogether or just in pieces, or, you know, how they're going to build the stadium. But we're looking at now, the latest I heard was 2028.
It makes sense, you know, between all the construction that's going on in town. It's like, is there any construction companies available?
Yeah, well, I mean, again, how about the road work?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's brutal, man. I mean, try getting around on that end of the strip. It's just avoid it. That's all I can say.
As we know, guys, the World Series of Poker is in town. It's happening at the Horseshoe. And give us an update, Anthony. What's happening? What's the news?
Well, the big news, you know, the big tournaments are still to come.
Okay.
But the big news is they were trying to break the record for the biggest tournament entry of all time.
Okay.
And they got real close. They held something called the Gladiators of Poker.
We talked about it on the show.
Right. $300 entry fee, the lowest ever. Uh-huh. They ended up getting, what was the number here? 23,102 entries, which is the second biggest of all time.
Right.
All right? The biggest was 28,371 in something called the Big 50 in 2019. So, you know, 23,000 plus. Big tournament.
That's very successful.
Yeah, they had a $3 million guarantee, and now there's looks like they gave away close to around $7 million on this tournament. People didn't really mind that there was, we talked about the big takeout, 18%. Nobody cared. They just wanted to play.
Well, that's really interesting because you talked about that. You said how it's not the most advantageous buy-in.
Right, but everybody wants to play say they played in the World Series.
Sure.
So we got more to come. The big tourneys are coming up, and we'll talk about it as they happen.
Well, prices continue to go up, and 2 of Vegas's deals just got hit, Anthony.
2 of the best ones.
2 of the best ones.
Yeah, these are 2 that we have in our top 10 values. 2 of our top 10 are going to go off the list because of price increases. The first one was both of them downtown.
Yeah.
All right, the first one is the Binion's Burger, which has been around forever. A lot of people love this hamburger. It went from $7.49 to $8.99, so that's a $1.50 price hike. It's still
a good deal.
It's still a good deal. Yeah. And I mean, I hate to say that when they raise the price, but it's the best burger in town for under $10.
Yeah.
The other one is the last of the 99-cent shrimp cocktails is down.
Yeah.
It is gone.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Now, this one I have not verified. So there's a chance maybe I got errant information here, but I don't think so. Apparently, the shrimp cocktail that was 99 cents, they used to be everywhere in Vegas, right? And the last shrimp standing was at the Fremont.
Yeah.
At the Lanai Express, where you can get them for 99 cents, $1.07 with tax.
That's right.
And supposedly it's now gone up to $1.99.
Oh boy!
So they doubled the price on that one, added $1 to it. It's inevitable. I mean, I don't know. If I owned the joint, I think I'd keep that 99 center forever.
Yeah, you might as well.
But they didn't. They raised it to $1.99. So bad news there. But then again, there's other good things happening, right? What did you just tell me about the Palms?
I was just telling you that. Okay, so I went to the Palms and I noticed that they had a little QR code and it said, "Fill out this survey for a $25 free play." And I'm a sucker for a good $25 free play, Anthony.
Yeah, heck, man. I'd fill out 2 surveys for $25.
I'm not a survey guy either. I don't like filling out surveys. I go, I'm not going to waste my time. But for the $25 free play, and it was only 4 questions. You go to the Palms, you scan the QR code, and then you fill out the 4-question survey. You take it to the Players Club, and they somehow work their casino magic and put $25 on your card.
Cool. $25 free play at the Palms.
Yeah.
Good deal.
And in this week's question of the week, this is a good one. How much coin in gets you 200 points at the Crown and Anchor and 100 points at Jackson's? These are both deals that are offered in Las Vegas Advisors Member Rewards book.
Right.
So how does it work? Let's get into nitty-gritty on this one.
Yeah, well, that's what they asked because this is obviously somebody who has the MRB, and they saw those 2 offers there. These are what we call Instacomps.
Yeah.
All right, so you play X amount, you earn this many points, and you get whatever is specified. So first of all, it's $1 for point. So if we say, unless we say otherwise, when we say earn 200 points, that means it costs $200, or you have to run through the machine $200.
Right.
Coin in 200.
So coin in is very different from losing.
Yes.
You're just playing through.
You don't have to lose it. You just play it through one time, and the machine will tabulate it for you. And the other one is $100. So it's 100 points, so it's $100.
Right.
All right, so here's how it works. At Crown and Anchor, you play 200 through, and you get to choose, whether you win or lose, any item on the menu for free.
Okay.
All right. Now, the Crown just initiated another deal for people who don't have the Member Reward Book coupon. Same thing, $200, and you get lunch. All right. This is Monday through Friday from 11 to 2 p.m.
That's correct.
11 a.m. to 2 p.m. But it's not anything on the menu. It's just a sandwich or appetizers.
Okay, which is still pretty good. I mean, the Crown's got great food.
It's still a good deal. But if you're an LVA member, then you want to use the coupon because you can choose those or anything else, including their fish and chips, their really good pies, all that kind of stuff. They're British pies.
But once you use the coupon, you could go back for lunch.
Yeah, you can go back every day, during the weekdays.
Yeah.
All right. So now the one at Jackson's is even better. Really, it's 100. You only got to play $100 through.
And that's pretty easy to do. I mean, $100 through, you're talking $100 hands of blackjack, or you're talking $25 hands of blackjack.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to do.
Yeah.
And if you're a regular video poker player, you can do it, and you get their entire ribeye dinner. And I mean, this ribeye is fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the answer. Unless we say otherwise, when we say it takes X number of points, that means it's X that same number of coin in.
And I got to tell you, on a side note, I had a buddy text me and say, you guys have been talking about this steak at Jackson's on the podcast. It better be good. I'm on my way there right now to go try it.
And
he said it was fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
My buddy Mike Binder, MGB Music in Las Vegas.
Well, anybody who wants to buy it, it's $20.
Yeah.
And it's worth that. But the deal is to play the 100. That I guarantee you.
Yeah. All right, and this week's Jackpot of the Week is really cool, and we plucked it from Las Vegas Review Journal. Las Vegas resident John Grace bet $100 at Circa in November on a 3-team parlay. Argentina to win the World Cup in soccer, the Denver Nuggets to win the Western Conference and the NBA, and the Las Vegas Golden Knights to win the Stanley Cup. The parlay paid $750 to 1 for a win of $75,000. But before the first bet was decided, he bet another $5,000 on a 2-team parlay with the Nuggets to win the NBA championship and the Vegas Golden Knights to win the Stanley Cup for $37,000. His total win was $111,493.40.
Not bad. Here's a guy that kind of knew what he was doing, apparently.
Yeah, I read the article. Yeah.
Yeah, well, in the article it said that he cashed in the Circa Million. He cashed in the Westgate contest.
Yeah.
Meaning that he finished in the first 100 of all of those thousands of people. So this guy obviously knows a little bit about sports betting.
No, this guy's a sharp guy.
Yeah, he did good. But I'll tell you what I like here was interesting is they asked him in the article if he hedged.
Uh-huh.
All right, and we've talked about hedging, big possible wins. And this is when all he needed was the Golden Knights to win.
Yeah.
His answer was, hedging is for gardeners and landscapers.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, so he didn't do it. And
you could.
He could have, he could have hedged to make sure that he would have gotten a pay of some sort.
Okay.
But not only did he not hedge the original bet, he almost more than doubled down on it by betting $5,000. Now the first bet was only $100.
Yeah.
At $750 to 1. So I mean, the lion's share of it was an amazing parlay that he hit. But he bet another $5,000 to win another whatever $35,000, $37,000 or something.
On a 2-team parlay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now the idea about hedging is this. The mathematicians say that you should never hedge.
Really?
Because you're only hedging. First of all, you've made a negative expectation wager on the parlay to begin with.
Okay.
But the things have changed. The odds have switched, and you are now in the catbird seat. You are a favorite to win this bet. So by hedging, you're going to make another negative expectation bet against a bet that you've already got the best of it on. So mathematicians say you shouldn't do it. But it really comes down to, we've talked about this before, it comes down to utility, meaning what is your position, your financial position?
Yeah.
Like, do you need the money? And if, will losing that $5,000 hurt you? And then you can make a bet to at least double that $5,000. And you're going to lose a little bit of equity, but you're going to win either way, and you still want the big bet to win. Purists would say don't hedge.
Okay.
But most people would hedge in that position.
Okay, so I love that he took the move of not hedging, and he stands by that. But Anthony, what would you have done? Would you have hedged?
Typically, I don't hedge.
Okay.
Because of the mathematical reasons. But with a bet that big coming, I got to admit, I'd be tempted to do it.
Yeah.
Even though it's not optimal, I'd be tempted to do it just to cover it and say I'm going to win either way. Can't say because I wasn't in the seat.
Right.
When we played tournaments, we used to say don't criticize if you weren't in the seat.
Yeah,
until you talk
yeah.
to the guy. So I wasn't there, and I can't say for sure. I can tell you the best play would be not to hedge like he did. Okay. I'm not sure what I would have done.
All right. Okay. Well, you heard it here, and for me, because I'm not really a big sports bettor. But I learn a lot from you about this stuff, and I hope you guys learn too, because there's a certain degree of education that you impart onto us.
We try.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a tough one, right? It's hard to sit on that one when you can lock something in. It's hard to sit on it, and I don't know. It's a tough call.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We'll keep you updated on live streaming. We'll keep you updated on guests and all that stuff. You can always go to LasVegasAdvisor.com.
We'll definitely announce. We'll put it out there when the next live stream is going to be. One more thing. People have asked and asked and asked. The James GROSJEAN book, The Ultimate Report, is at the printer.
Okay.
Okay, so we're looking at about we're probably looking at July, mid-July to end of July.
And this book is really valuable because...
Well, it's because it knocks the casino edge way down in the games that you play in the Carney games. We'll talk more about it, but just mostly to let people know who have pre-ordered it. It'll be shipping soon.
Okay. You heard it here. Thanks for a great week. We'll see you next week.